Hey everyone, Mitch coming in for the Commander's Core Studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got a fun one for you. I'm going to be talking about tribal commanders that have the biggest target on their back right now. With all that said, of course, there's a handy-dandy link in the Heartless description below if you're looking for any of these cards I'm talking about in this episode. Now, with all that said, let's jump into them. First up, the Dragon has had a target on its back for a long time, especially these days where it seems like we keep getting more and more insanely good dragons, where like players are like, I don't know what to cut, I've got insanely good dragons. Yeah, it's a tough problem, I feel so bad for you. Anyways, 10/10 Dragon Avatar for 9 mana in Wooburg. But it automatically just basically starts off as a ley line for you every single game, because as long as it's the command zone on the battlefield, other dragons cost 1 less to cast, which is just like insane. You get free cost reduction before the game even starts. Flying, by the way, of course, it's a dragon. Look at those giant wings. Whenever one of our dragons you control attack, draw that many cards, you may put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. Yeah, that's crazy. Being able to just go, hey, you know what? By the way, this is insanely good just in general. Again, I'm in Wooburg. I've got access to all the amazing dragons, more and more of which come out every single day, basically. Oh, and I get to reduce the cost of them. Oh, and by the way, whenever I play this, all I need to do is just swing and I get card draw and then just put things into play for free. There's a reason why this is the kind of like OG giant dragon commander that's like, playing dragons, super good, right? And dragons just keep getting better and better and better. And that target on the back for the dragon keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's also like, the most powerful, most popular, dragon commander, of all time, essentially. So, yeah. This is an insanely good commander that absolutely is a tribal dominant commander with a target on its back for a good reason. Next up, Edgar Markov, a 4/4 Vampire Knight. Knights, right? I mean, we're going to get to Knights maybe here in a little bit, but no, vampires. For 6 mana in Mardu, whenever you cast another vampire spell, if Edgar Markov is the command zone on the battlefield, you make a 1/1 vampire. By the way, first strike, haste. Oh, and by the way, if I attack, I get a counter each vampire I control. This is one where you maybe can even just keep in the command zone the entire game. You're like, you did a great job, Edgar. Good job just sitting there. And Edgar's like, yes, thank you. Yeah, it's insanely good. Vampires have a ton of support throughout the years, and all you need to do is basically just chuck a bunch of low-to-the-ground vampires, and guess what? You just double up your army, essentially, is what you are doing. This gives you so much advantage on the battlefield. It can help you be so incredibly aggressive with a tribe that, again, is already amazing and aggressive and has so much support. Sure, I mean, eventually chuck Edgar into play just to go like, yeah, swing whatever, get a counter on my vampires, cool, good for me. But you don't even need to do that. You're just like, yeah, vampires, am I right? Haha. Get more and more into play, dominate the table, and absolutely eviscerate your opponents. Next up, Voja of Jaws of the Conclave. Yeah, this is an insanely good commander, and it can technically go in multiple directions, but typically it goes in one direction, and it's more powerful. A 5/5 wolf for 5 mana and 9, Vigilance Trample, Ward 3. Whenever it attacks, well, hey, here's what's going to happen. You get X counters each creature you control, or X the number of elves you control, draw a card for each wolf you control. Yeah, I mean, wolves are nice, and they did get more support, but they don't have anywhere near as much support as elves, and elves is absolutely disgusting with this. Sure, I mean, even just with attacking with this, you get 1 card drawn because you have a wolf, which is nice. And maybe you got another wolf or 2 in play or whatever it is, but mostly you just care about elves. You elf ball the table, and all of a sudden your elves get absolutely massive. Again, your tiny little Llanowar elves, which you play turn 1, it becomes like a 12/12 in absolutely no time. This becomes absolutely massive as well. Again, this gets counters too. It already has Ward 3 to protect itself. It can swing and stay back for defense, and it can trample over your opponents and just dominate them. Absolutely disgusting. Again, your army of little elves turns absolutely massive in absolutely no time, while you also get some card advantage with this too. Yeah, it's a disgusting tribe, again, and typically elves don't have access to all these colors. It's basically like, yeah, usually elves are like green, and maybe green-black, but it's like, no, you get 3 colors, and by the way, hey, this giant wolf commander is going to become a one-shot KO in no time. That also gives you some card advantage and makes your army absolutely huge. So yeah, elves with this commander is absolutely insane. Moving on, Ulalek fused Atrocity. I mean, yeah, this commander is definitely atrocious. A 2/5 Eldrazi that has Devoids, got no color. By the way, it costs a weird combination of colors and non-colors, essentially, but basically Wooburg or colorless, essentially. Whenever you cast Eldrazi spell, you can pay colors. If you do, copy all spells you control, then copy all their activating triggered abilities you control, 2 targets the copies. Basically, double up your Eldrazi's for 2 extra mana and all of their effects as well. That is insanely powerful. It's also one of the very few Eldrazi's that gives you access to essentially, all of the colors, essentially. You get all the colors with an Eldrazi tribal deck with a commander that doubles up your Eldrazi. There's a reason why this one sees so much play and is so dominant and is, well, again, a giant target on its back because Eldrazi are kind of a boogeyman of the format in some ways where it's like, oh gosh, that player's playing Eldrazi, some disgusting things are going to be happening. And that's exactly what happens. This doubles up all the disgusting things, give you access to all the amazing colors for Eldrazi, which usually don't have access to all the colors, and you can absolutely dominate a table with this one. Giant target on its back. Perhaps one of the most disgusting effects ever printed on a commander, the First Sliver, a 7/7 Sliver with Cascade for 5 mana in Wooburg, best color combination in my opinion. And it very simply says, Sliver spells you cast have Cascade, basically meaning, again, whenever you're casting any Sliver, it's like, oh yeah, cool, alright, I cast a Sliver, and then all of a sudden I hit another Sliver, oh, then I hit another Sliver, then another Sliver. You keep cascading into Sliver after Sliver after Sliver after Sliver after Sliver after Sliver. There's even no requirement for you to cast that Sliver from your hand for you to get this effect. So basically you just keep casting spell after spell after spell for free, just hitting all the amazing things, and you're like, yeah, by the way, these Slivers are all like, massive lords basically with giant anthem effects or other effects to help my entire team. And I'm just building this army as I go for free basically just by playing one thing. It's absolutely insane from the get-go. Of course, you can also just do like really weird other decks around this one if you really want to. They're non-tribal. It's like, yeah, I cascade on this one spell every single time. Ha 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 ha. Sure, you can do that. But yeah, Slivers, absolutely insane. Giant targets on its back because again of how much it can just absolutely explode the game out of nowhere very, very quickly. Check it out, pick it up, build around it if you're willing to actually get, well, targeted every single game with this one. Pantlaza, Sun Favored. A tribe that at first was like, yeah, dinosaurs, cool, right? And it's like, oh wait, no, dinosaurs are super deadly. A 4/4 dinosaur for 5 mana in Naya. Whenever it or another dinosaur enters the battlefield under control, you may discover X Rex that creature's toughness only once each turn. Oh no, only once each turn! Yeah, so incredibly good. This is essentially one that's like, you know what, I'm getting giant dinosaurs out, and I can also utilize blink effects to just reset them and get the Discover X again, and Discover's basically just a slightly better cascade in some ways, essentially. So you're able to just go, yeah, okay, dinosaur, okay, cool, get giant dinosaur in play. Cool, all right, awesome, all right, yeah, on your turn, sure, I blink my my dinosaur, and I get more dinosaur. Yay! You can do some absolutely crazy things with this one, getting massive creature after massive creature in play, dominating the board with your amazing dinosaurs, which again get more and more support throughout the years. But yeah, dinosaurs are super powerful, super good, and this is a super cool commander for them. Moving on to zombies. Wilhelt the Rotcleaver is such a good zombie commander. A 3/3 zombie warrior for 4 mana in Dimir. Whenever a zombie you control dies, if it didn't have Decayed, you replace it by giving yourself a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. By the way, beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice a zombie to draw a card. Yeah, you want to do that. Anyway, so this just basically gives you card advantage, a free sacrifice outlet once on your turns, which is nice. But of course, it replaces all of your zombies with Decayed zombies, which is great because you basically just double up your army in some ways. Of course, you're in zombies, you can get more and more back, essentially. You have certain ones that just keep coming back anyways, even without you asking sometimes, too. Being able to keep getting zombie after zombie in play, taking advantage of aristocrat-style effects to drain out your opponents, utilizing your zombie army in so many cool ways. The zombies are absolutely disgusting. Wilhelt the Rotcleaver is so good. Basically just doubling up on your army just by being in play. Such a solid commander in a tribe that has so much support. The reason why this is a target on its back. Moving on, only one of the most powerful commanders ever printed. Yuriko the Tiger Shadow, a 1/3 human ninja for 3 mana in Dimir. Commander Jitsu for just 2 mana. Oh, by the way, what's that? Something that they invented just for this commander. Hey, pay Dimir colors, return an unblocked attack control to your hand. Put it on the battlefield from your hand or the command zone, tapped and attacking. Yeah, the or the command zone part means that you're never paying full price for this commander ever. Doesn't matter if the commander tax is on it, you're skipping that. You're just paying 2 mana every single time. Good luck opponents ever trying to stop you from having this. Whenever a ninja control deals combat to your player, by the way, reveal the top card of your library. Put in your hand, each opponent loses life, feel that card's mana value. Oh, by the way, there's certain cards out there that, you know, maybe have a split cost essentially that have like 10 total converted mana costs. You're just draining your opponents for 40 life. Oh, sorry, 30. I guess there's 3 opponents, right? In total, again, 10 for each opponent. Super early in the game, like turn 3, and it's like, yeah, by the way, okay, yeah, I also get that card in my hand. Also, I've got ways to manipulate the top of my library, like brainstorm type effects to get more cards on top, or ways to tutor cards directly on top, ways to hit with multiple ninjas essentially to get all those things. You can drain your opponents out super quickly, and again, there is no stopping you. Again, the second they take this out, you're like, okay, oh darn, you took out my commander, cool, next turn, ninjutsu it into play, and do it again! Yeah, you can dominate opponents in absolutely no time with a commander like this. There's a reason why it has a massive target on its back. Next up, Chatterfang Squirrel General. When this first came out, it's like, oh, cute, squirrels. And now it's like, oh my gosh, squirrels. 3/3 Squirrel Warrior for 3 mana in green, but it is a Go Guard commander. It's got Forest Walk. Cool, I always forget that. If one of our tokens are created or control those tokens plus that many 1/1 squirrels are created instead. By way of paying a black mana, sacrifice X squirrel target creature gets +X, -X till end of turn. Yeah, I mean, this already just goes infinite Pillow Plunder, which is amazing and crazy good. So yeah, you can definitely infinite combo with this very easily. That being said, even if you're not infinite with, you're just getting like so many amazing extra squirrels. You're just flooding the board with squirrels again because anytime you make a token, doesn't matter what that token is, could be, well, squirrel, cool, good for you. It could be essentially, you know, like a servo. It could be a treasure. It could be anything, any kind of a token that you are making, you get an extra squirrel, which means that you're flooding the board with so many creatures. You can also sacrifice them at will with this too. You can take out creatures with this. You can pump creatures with this. You can also just utilize that for combos too if you really want to. You can use aristocrat style effects if you want to. You can take out your opponents in no time with a commander like this. Again, combo, no combo does not matter. Squirrels dominate the table, and at first, again, players are like, haha, cute. And now Chatterfang is just no longer, I mean, it's so cute, but it's like, oh gosh. Hey, I know like these giant other amazing commanders are at the table, but should we be concerned about the squirrel over there? Because that thing is just absolutely disgustingly powerful. Yeah, giant target on its back. And finally, I think players underestimate this commander, and I definitely have in the past as well, but Esika, God of the Tree. Now, the backside of this commander, again, let's go through that really quick, is Prismatic Bridge, which is an amazing card, and I love building around it. It's one of my favorite things to do. Legendary enchantment for 5 mana, and Wooburg, getting upkeep, real card, stop your library to play a creature, planeswalker card, put on the battlefield, and rest of your bottom library in random order. I maybe have built an entire deck around just having one creature in the deck, Inktrader Nephilim, and maybe having that as a secret commander. It's so much fun, okay? Anyways, that being said, the backside is pretty much always built around, and the front side isn't, but Eddie, I blame you. It's absolutely disgusting what you can do with the front side. A 1/4 God with Vigilance for 3 mana in, well, it is a Wooburg commander because of the backside. It's got Vigilance, tap add 1 mana of any color. Oh, legendary creature control, Vigilance, tap add 1 mana of any color. Legendary tribal around this is absolutely insane. There are so many powerful legendary creatures. You get more and more every single set, every single year. The amount of just disgusting things that you can do with this one just by giving all of your other creatures Vigilance, and hey, now your mana dorks as well, is crazy good. There are so many amazing commanders out there, so many legend creatures out there that fit really well into this deck. And of course, you can do like even more unique builds if you want to, like just gods, just all gods around this, which can be so much fun and so good as well, like God Tribal. A lot of ways you can go with this one, but yeah, a commander that is super underrated and super overpowered. Check it out, pick it up, build around it. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. As always, comment below with your thoughts on it. And of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.